All right, so this is pretty much what it was, right? The meditation thing. Now let's change topics because I could just talk about that for days, man. Um, let's talk about the meditation retreat. So pretty much anybody can sign up to a meditation retreat there, right? So anybody could go to dhamma.org, and anybody can sign up for a meditation retreat. You just have to make sure that when you sign up a few months in advance. It's 10 days. It's pretty much free. I mean, it's donation based, but it's pretty much free. And the thing is that when they mean 10 days, well, anyways, I'll tell you. So you sign up, and it's really difficult because again, it's you're signing up months in advance, right? And when you first go there, you arrive there at 2 p.m., right? Once you arrive there at 2 p.m., the meditation retreat starts like around 7:30 p.m., right? That's the first day. And they sign you up, and almost everyone is a volunteer there, right? Nobody's getting paid, nobody's getting anything. Everyone is just a volunteer. And when you're there, there's like a little sign that says the day that you're on, like day 5, day 6, day 7, right? I knew I was in trouble when I saw that we were on day 0. I'm like, God, motherfucker, even God started on day 1. All right. How the hell are we on day 0? How does that even make any sense? I'm like, you're trying to tell me that this day don't count? So that's when I knew that I was in trouble, because we are on day 0. And I'm like, bitch, I'm alive. This can't be day 0. Anyway, so it's day 0. So you start there, and pretty much at 6 p.m., you hand in your phone, you hand in your computer, you hand in everything. And you're not allowed to use it from now on, right? You're not allowed to read. You're not allowed to write. You're not allowed to talk to people. You're not allowed to make eye contact. You're not allowed to touch. You're not allowed to have anything fun, pretty much. All right. Like you're not allowed to have any of that. And then so throughout the whole day there, you're going to be meditating for 12 hours a day, 12 to 15 hours a day, pretty much. And you might think to yourself, that's impossible. How am I able to do that? And that's a reasonable concern, because most of us have never even meditated more than 1 hour. So how the hell do you expect me to do that for 10 days straight? How? Well, this is how it works. There's something called a social force. And the social force is pretty much a phenomenon where the influence and the energy that we as humans create, like the energy that we create as humans, we sort of create a type of environment that enhances certain parts of your personality and decreases certain parts of your personality. So, for example, if you're around a certain group of people who do drugs, that social force is going to cause you, by the way, people might come in right now, that social force is going to cause you to do drugs. That social force is going to cause you to take risks, do things that are outside of your norm. So if you're in a group and all of a sudden that group turns violent and starts hitting people, that force, the peer pressure, might cause you to do the same thing, right? But also that force also tends to alienate you. If you're around a group of people and you don't know them and they don't know you, you're going to feel like you're an outsider. And that's because that social force is influencing you and making you feel like an outsider. It might even cause you to want to please them. So it might cause you to have pleasing behavior. That's a social force. It's influencing you and you don't even know it. So when you're in a meditation retreat, you are influenced by the social force. Everyone around you is meditating. Everyone around you is sitting down and doing one thing. So believe it or not, if you're around that type of energy, you'll end up meditating way more than you would have by yourself. So the whole thing of whether or not I could do meditating for 12 hours a day, it's something that you will be able to do. It's not difficult. It's just going to take effort. So you're there, and usually the way it works is that, first of all, before I even started, I was shitting bricks because I didn't know if I could do that. Like, that's the first thing. I didn't know. I was more scared and worried about whether or not I could do it than anything else. I did not go in there feeling cocky. I did not go in there feeling confident. In fact, I went in there feeling kind of scared because I said to myself, like, how am I gonna do this? So that's the first thing. So I remember the first day. The first day was the hardest day, but mentally speaking, I wasn't exhausted, right? So it was hard, but I could still do another day, right? I didn't make any eye contact. I didn't talk to people. We wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning, meditate till 7. At 7:30, we eat, and then we meditate again from 9 to 12. No, from 9 to 11:30, and then we took another break, and then we meditate again from 1 to 5, and then we took another break. And the hardest part of the day was the period from 1 to 5. Ladies and gentlemen, that was torture. The 1 to 5 period, 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. was the hardest time to meditate, because that's 4 fucking hours right there. God damn it. That was that every single day I wanted to quit during those 4 hours. I remember. Anyways, let me not even get ahead of it. So I remember, so the second day, I finished the first day, and the second day gets up, and I remember the second day, I was like, oh shit, I want to go already. I want to go. And when you look at the calendar, how many days are left? How many days have passed? It says 1 day has passed. And I'm like, motherfucker, this is the third day. Third day. How is it possible? It was the second day. I've been there for 3 days. And no, I've been there for 2 days. And after the second day finished, on the calendar it said day 1. I'm like, bitch, this is not day 1. This is day 2. How's it possible? Anyways. So I wanted to leave on the second day, man. I was like, I'm done with this, man. I just can't do this. This is crazy. But the reason why I didn't want to leave is because of my ego. I didn't want to give up. I didn't want to look myself in the mirror and say, damn, Alexis, like, you did that meditation retreat and you just gave up on the second day. That's some weak bitch shit right there, man. Like, some bitch ass type of stuff. Like, how do you make videos and yet you can't even do a 10-day retreat? So I remember saying, I'm not gonna lie to people. I can't lie to you guys and say that I did it and me actually not do it. You know, like, I just wouldn't feel right. So I just stuck to it. I stuck through it. And I remember every day I wanted to leave at 12 p.m. But then once I finished that 12 p.m. meditation session and it was 5 p.m., after that it got easier, because after 5 p.m. you take another hour break, you meditate for 1 hour, and then you watch a YouTube video about the guy who made the meditation retreat. So the last 2 hours is kind of entertaining. You could muster through it, and his talks were actually very motivational. Actually, like, his talks about meditation are actually extremely good. So it wasn't really that bad. So the strategy that I used to continue the meditation thing was to always tell myself, I'm only going to decide whether or not I'm going to leave in the morning. If I feel like leaving at 1 p.m., I'm going to stick through it and finish that day. And if I still feel like leaving in the morning, I'm going to leave in the morning. But I am not going to decide to leave in the daytime. And that's a strategy that actually worked, because every morning I was willing to do another day. Every single morning I was willing to do another day. But every afternoon I wanted to get the fuck out. And I remember the 5th day, I was hitting the fever pitch. I was done. There were flies everywhere. The motherfuckers, they didn't want to kill flies because it's murdering. I'm like, bitch, not murdering. All right. I'm doing everyone a favor by killing these flies. They're flying everywhere. I remember asking the lady, the meditation lady, I was like, look, Maria, these flies gotta go. These flies gotta die. She was like, Alexis, we promise not to kill someone. I'm like, how about this? How about I break the rules for everyone and I kill them? And you guys don't have to worry about this. And they were like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, how about this? How about after the seminar? How about after the retreat? Can I just kill them all? Like a fucking psycho. She was like, no, that's not how. I'm like, so you trying to tell me that these fucking flies have more rights than Kuta Kente had? So I remember just being so angry because they were like go on your ear, and I'm like, why are these flies so annoying? And I remember I killed 2 flies, and I don't give a fuck. I killed 2 flies. All right, I killed them now. Anyways, so we started doing sitting with determination on day 5, and sitting with determination is a type of meditation where you sit without moving. Ladies and gentlemen, it's one thing to sit with determination in your room. It's another thing to sit with determination when you're around flies. And it pissed me off because they wouldn't even try to prevent flies. They would open the door and I would see the whole crew of flies entering that meditation hall. Oh my God. And as I'm trying to not move, the flies keep flying on you, and you're trying to do the meditation technique and you're just stiff. I remember sweating. I remember feeling incredible frustration. And when the meditation thing finished, I got up and I just ran to my room and I began doing push-ups, like strong, hard push-ups. And because of that, doing those push-ups, I ended up hurting my shoulder, right? And I thought I broke my shoulder. I was hoping to break my shoulder so I could get the hell out with a good excuse. And there was a paramedic there. And I was like, Joe, his name was Joe. I was like, yo, Joe. And he was like, Alexis, what's up? Because he was a paramedic, so he was able to break the rules as long as it involved like being a doctor. And he was like, what's going on, man? I could talk to you if it's medical related. I was like, yo, bro, I think I broke my shoulder. I got to go. And then he was like, let me test it. I was like, oh, fuck. He tested it. He was like, nope, your shoulder's fine. I was like, are you sure it's not broken? He was like, nope, it's pretty good. I'm like, but I can't lift it. He was like, no, it looks pretty good. I think you can keep going. I'm like, are you pinky swear there's nothing wrong? He was like, nope. And I was like, fucking bullshit. God damn it. I still can't leave. So I just stuck through it, right? And I did the meditation. And honestly, the meditation technique they teach actually works. I could talk about the meditation technique another day. I'm just giving you the experience of the 10 days. But I remember I felt I was so ready to leave. It was 3 p.m. and there was construction workers doing construction during the meditation retreat. And we were in the middle of nowhere. And I remember saying, yo, I could just hitch a ride with these guys once they're done. I'm like, yo, Jose, can I hitch a ride in your fucking truck and get the hell out? You know, like I was literally able to do that. But I remember breaking the rules, and I broke the rules, and I talked. I remember that. And when I talked to Joe, the paramedic, and we just started laughing. Because we were laughing at the fact that the flies had more rights. I was like, yo, Joe. 1 second. These flies have more rights. We were laughing at the fact that how the fuck can these flies have so many rights? They got so many rights. I couldn't believe it. I was like, how am I like these like this like that was a fly's dream. And let me tell you something. I'm like, yeah, fly. You guys are in the right place, but get near me. I'm gonna kill every single one of you guys. Anyways, so the days went on, and man, let me tell you something, man. Those days were going slow. Ladies and gentlemen, when I was walking through, because I would take walks, I would tell myself, what the fuck are you doing, Alexis? You know, I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you putting yourself through this situation? I couldn't believe it. So, you guys can come in. That's fine. 1 second. One second, people.
Yeah, so kitchen sink and stuff on the right, oven, fridge, by the bed and drawer. Hey, what's up, dude? Sorry to interrupt.
No, you got it. Fine.
Cool.
The cabinets are all about the same size.
Okay, cool. What size do you say this bedroom is? Like, it's like 10 by 10 or so?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, there's a closet. There's a queen bed.
Yeah.
Okay, so the room comes furnished.
No.
Okay, so I already have my furniture, so
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so the room is also, the windows are facing onto the street.
Okay.
Yeah, you've got like security bars on the windows.
Okay. So
Some locks
can I
here.
explore like different space?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Right here. Got it. Okay. So this is on the window.
Yeah.
I just wanna see like the space where I can fit my desk as well.
Okay.
Like
Fit in your desk.
this full wall. No, I think it's pretty fine because like all of this is gonna be moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then it's perfect.
Okay, and then you've got a closet over here.
No.
It's like a standard single.
Oh, yes.
Single.
Yeah, no, I mean it's fine. Honestly, it's just a little bit larger than mine.
Okay.
So
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing. Basically, my situation is that I currently live.
So yeah, so I was doing the push-ups, and I kind of heard it. Anyways, what was I saying? So the only way I was able to deal with getting through the meditation retreat was doing that trick where every morning I renewed my contract in my mind, and I told myself if I want to leave, I'm only going to leave in the morning. And every morning I didn't want to leave. That's just how it worked. Every morning I didn't want to leave. Every morning I wanted to stay. I had the energy. But if I decided to leave, if my decision was made during the daytime, I would have left, right? Anyway, so in the meditation retreat, I didn't feel any bliss. I didn't feel like I was hovering above the clouds. In fact, every second of that meditation retreat, every second of that meditation retreat was torture. Every second. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like every second, I was at peak 10. I want to get the fuck out. Every second. I don't know how the hell I did that. I remember just being completely drained. Imagine feeling 100% tired. Imagine being forced to meditate 5 hours and just being drained. And then imagine being completely drained doing another 3-hour meditation session. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe I was able to do what I was there. When I was meditating, I was like, Alexis, how the fuck are you able to meditate when you're just completely tired? Huh? How are you able to do that when you're just completely tired? And even to this day, I don't know how I did it, to be honest with you. I personally do not know how I did it. But I think the only reason why I was able to do it was because I was applying the strategies that they teach. They teach a body scan meditation. Just keep scanning your body no matter how you feel. And the truth is that it works. Because the more anxiety, the more frustration you feel at the meditation, and the more you react to the frustration with doing the meditation retreat, it liberates you. It liberates you. You know, it's one of the most incredible things in the world is that whenever you meditate and you do it the right way, you're able to achieve results that are beyond understanding. You know what I'm talking about? It is an unbelievable feeling to be one with the moment, to be present, and be able to meditate for hours and be one with the present moment. You know what I'm saying, kitty? Oh, yes. To never go against the Father, Jerry. Never go against the Father. Meow, meow. They left. So yeah, what was I saying? So yeah, the meditation thing. And you're back, people. Jesus Christ, you're back. People, if you ever go to a meditation retreat, make sure to get a back rest because your back is gonna kill you. You think it's legit an athletic ability. And make sure if you're gonna go to a meditation retreat, buy something to protect you against flies, like one of those see-through things hat. Because my God, the hardest part, I swear to you, wasn't the meditation part. It was those fucking flies, and they're still there. The same ones that were bothering me, they're still there. I hated all of them. I just wanted to just in the middle of the night sneak in there and put a bunch of honey, like a thing of honey, so that when I get there in the morning, so that they could just be stuck there. Anyways, so yeah, that's one thing. And I'll be honest with you, another reason why I stayed was because I just wanted to finally talk to everyone. Like, you're there and you're getting to know people, right? You get to know people through a visceral feeling. Like, you don't talk to them, you don't know who they are, you don't know their personality, but you get to you get to observe them, you get to observe their habits, and you almost end up getting to know them. Like, it's kind of crazy. And you guys are gonna see photos of the retreat right here because I'm uploading this video. You end up liking them. That's what ends up happening, and you end up staying. At least for me, another reason why I stayed the 10 days was because I want to be able to just talk to people, to just talk to these people that I meditated with. And I remember the last day, the hardest part of the meditation retreat was the last day, man, because I felt so excited to leave. I felt so excited to get the fuck out that I felt anxiety. Like, the excitement was causing me anxiety, and I couldn't contain it. So imagine being all day feeling an uncontrollable, incontainable excitement. It's torture. Like, you sit down, meditate, and you don't even want to meditate. You just want to get the hell out. You want to teleport. You want to teleport to the moment when you just say, bye, bitches. And that reminded me of the pang of addiction. I realized that this excitement reminds me of the excitement that I feel and the craving that I feel whenever I'm addicted to a substance. And I realized that if I'm able to calm down, if I'm able to just relax, that same feeling that I usually feel when I'm addicted to something will not come up when I'm addicted to another substance. You know what I'm saying? I realized that the excitement that I was feeling was the repurposed feeling of addiction, but this repurpose was for the feeling of excitement, because it's the same property. You feel so excited to get out. You feel so excited that you want to get out, that you want to skip the present moment and go into the future. That's what happens when you feel craving. It's literally the same mechanism. That's literally the same thing that happens, right? And you start noticing that the feeling of you wanting to get up when you're meditating, because you're doing 10 hours a day of meditation, more than that, and you notice that the feeling of feeling bored, wanting to get up, not meditate, is the same feeling we feel when we feel unease, when we feel unhappy, when we feel depressed. You're literally experiencing all of that, but your brain is telling you the reason why you feel this is because you want to get up. But through observation, through the meditation technique they teach you, you realize, oh my God, this is literally the same feeling that I feel when somebody rejects me, but it now is wearing the mask of I want to get up. It's literally the same anxiety. And the meditation that they teach you allows you to just sit, feel the anxiety, feel the desire to get up, but you still do the meditation or the breathing or the body scan technique that they teach you. And what you notice is that you're mentally tired. You're mentally like, I want to get the fuck out of here. I can't do this not even for one more second. That's what you're saying to yourself. You're like, I cannot keep going. But somehow you keep going. And then you realize what the thing that's causing you to keep going isn't you. It's your higher self. Your ego cannot keep going. But who you are at the essence of your being, the observer, for some reason, that part of yourself is not tired. And you sense a duality. You realize that you're tired. You realize you can't come anymore. But somehow you're able to. So you realize, okay, who the hell is the one in me that keeps going? It's something that, like, I remember, like, on day 7, I felt so mentally exhausted, people. So mentally exhausted. So tapped out by day 7 that I was literally walking with a hunch. I was like, this. I was walking to my meditation thing. I was like, ugh. And I would pick things up like this. I would pick things up like that. Put it down. I'd be like this. I can't keep going, man. I just can't. I'm done. Like, I'm on my peak. And then you hear ding. And you're like, oh no. Not another 2 hours. So you just walk and crawl. You're like, you open the door. You just like, this was me. I'm not even kidding. Like, you just open the door. You just sit. You're like, how the fuck am I able to keep going? I just can't. And you just keep scanning. And you're like, fucking, hey, I can't. And you just keep scanning. You keep scanning the body. Despite how you feel, you just keep going. You keep going. And at every second, you're at a peak of I'm tired of this bullshit. You know? Like you're tired of it. And you're just like... But you do it. I remember that night I walked back to my room. And I just laid and just fell asleep. Like, instantly. Crazy shit, man. I remember the first time when we finally finished. I ran back to the rooms before anybody got back to the room. When we did the last meditation, I ran. And when I ran to the room, I just screamed. I was like, yeah. Legit, my hair almost turned yellow. Like, I almost went Super Saiyan. I was like, yeah. Finish. Yeah, I was like, motherfucker. Oh my God. Like, the type of excitement that I don't think I've ever felt in my life. It was a triumph. I felt like I triumphed. Like I felt so proud of myself for actually doing that. Like, I felt so proud of myself for actually doing the meditation thing and actually following through. Like it was, I could look back at that moment and say, you know what? I'm a determined person because I have evidence that shows that I'm determined. Like, legit evidence. Like, no self-doubt can erase that. No matter what I tell myself and say, I'm weak, I'm this or that, I have evidence that's so concrete that no amount of low self-esteem can deny that fact. Like, there's such a hard evidence to show that this is who I really am, that no matter what self-talk that I give myself, what you see here is undeniable. You know? And it's something that, so when I got out, so I remember in those moments I would say, man, like, I'm not in a meditative state. Like, this shit is bullshit. I'm fucking tortured. I'm being tortured here. Like, it was legit torture. And I'm like, what the hell, what meditative state am I in? Man, looking back, I was in a deep meditative state. Deep. You just cannot tell. In the moment, you can't tell because you're just miserable. But what you don't know, you're actually getting deeper and deeper into the black hole. Now, when you're in a black hole, you don't feel like you're slowing down. You don't sense time slowing down. But what people from an outside observer could tell that you've slowed down, that you're in a deep gravitational field, and you think you're moving like this, but somebody observing will see just this. And when you're in that place, you don't know that you're getting in touch with primal emotions. Emotions that have, it's like a fish coming out the water the first time. Emotions that you never felt that you could feel. And you think you're just annoyed. You think you're just tired of life. You think you just annoyed. You want to get the fuck out. But what you don't know is that you're in a deeply meditative state. And people think that deeply meditative state means being in bliss. A lot of time, being in a deep meditative state is experiencing things that are extremely uncomfortable and that you haven't felt for in years. That can also be a deeply meditative state. We just don't associate it as that because deeply meditative state is usually bliss. But sometimes it's about feeling the uncanny. Sometimes it's about feeling emotions that are just uncanny. You have no words to describe them and not reacting to it. And being able to think about it, right? You're completely mentally exhausted. You have zero energy. And somehow you're able to do 3 more hours of meditation. I mean, let's think about that. That makes no sense. You have no more energy. You're tapping into another source. Being in a deeply meditative state is not what you think it is. It's not. No, you're able to see immeasurable feelings that are so vast, so great, so haunting, so debilitating to your psyche. But somehow you're still able to look at it without flinching, right? That's a deeply meditative state. And I remember leaving that retreat and feeling completely uncomfortable with the ability to control my emotions. It felt weird. It felt weird being able to have a tool to completely change how you feel. I'm gonna talk about that another time because that's another topic. But yeah, it felt weird having so much control over myself. It really did. It's not something that I liked. Like there was a certain comfort in not controlling my emotions. I was not used to controlling it. Well, what's really going on is that's just your ego. Your ego is not used to being exposed for what it is. And that's a fraudulent self. A self that has no reality outside of you giving it a reality. And that, me saying that, you're not going to understand what I'm saying just because like it's something that is only understood through experience, you know? I'm trying to think what else. So we got that out the way. Okay. So, and also the rooms, right? By the way, I was roomed with a fucking bionic man. First of all, this dude at 4 a.m. when the thing would ring, I swear to God, he would get up like he was Frankenstein. He would just like that. Like he'll be sleeping, ding, just get up. I'm like, this motherfucker, man, this dude might become the Buddha. This dude has so much discipline. Like, it was unbelievable, man. This guy was just such a disciplined dude. Not kidding with you people. That silent retreat is every autistic person's dream. There's no eye contact, no touching, no talking. Oh, I'll tell you this. The last day was the best day ever. I'm not even lying to you. And I say the best day ever. By the way, people, when you hear people's experiences with these meditation retreats, don't expect anything you hear, because my experience was pure misery. I'm like, where the fuck is the bliss? People always say, oh, after the 7th day, you're in bliss. After the 7th day, I'm like, where's the bliss? Where is it? Is it over there? Because clearly it's not here. I'm like, where's the bliss? And I kept telling my TA, I kept making him laugh. I'm like, Brian, where the fuck is the bliss at? I want to get the hell out. Y'all keep talking about a bliss, and I don't feel a bliss. I just feel pissed. I don't like this. And it was like, the lesson is just stick through it. I'm like, I'm sticking through it, but I'm clearly it's not working because I don't see it. And unfortunately, the bliss was hitting underneath the misery, because at the end of the day, I was experiencing deeply uncomfortable emotions, and yet I was still there. That is a form of bliss. Something's holding you there. And you might think it's your ego, but it is your higher self holding you there. You know? I was like, yo, where's the bliss, man? Like, yeah, that was crazy, man. That was a crazy experience. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go more into the other parts of the meditation retreat in another video. But that was the experience. And yeah, the next one is gonna be about the techniques they teach. I'm not gonna tell you everything they taught, because they told me not to. But I'm gonna give you guys whatever I could give, and what you guys should expect from it. Okay? All right. Take care.